Today we got something really special for you. Have you seen that poster model yet from the Buffalo Chip? We got some great video. We actually sat down with her. Actually, Tam did. Gave her some good comments and some good questions. We're going to give you all that information. Hey, is she married? Is she single? Hey, stay tuned and you're going to find all about it.
That's right. We got some in-depth questions for her, and she answered them all.
There you go. So let's jump on it, and we'll see what she's got to say.
Let's go talk to Denaye. We're here today with Denaye. She's the poster model for the Buffalo Chip. So we thought we'd do a little interview with her and find out a little bit more about her. So we'll start off with your name, which...
My name is Denaye, Denaye.
And why did you decide to do the Buffalo Chip poster?
What a great question. So this was actually my second time competing. So I competed for the first time last year. And honestly, last year it was just a great way for me to get out in the community and meet some people. I'm not from here originally. I'm from Denver. I moved to Custer about 3 years ago, and I've been living in Rapid City since then. So when I did the competition last year, I didn't really know anybody. I had a couple of friends who were doing it too. And I said, this sounds like fun. You can win some free tickets, meet some girls. I hang out with mostly women. You know, an excuse to wear some cute outfits, get some pictures, and just do something fun. And it sounded a little out of my comfort zone, but I was like, even if I don't win, because I really had no expectation of winning, I know I'm gonna have a good time, and I did. I had so much fun my first year. So coming back my second year, I was like, okay, if I literally had no shot of winning, if I just got cute pictures, cute outfits, and made some friends, would that be enough for me? And I was like, well, hell yeah. I had such a good time, I might as well. And then obviously get those tickets for the chip, because those aren't cheap either. So getting those free tickets for the whole week, which is one of the things you get when you compete as a woman in that competition,
that's cool.
is you get a ticket just for competing in the preliminaries, even if you don't make it. And then if you make it to the semifinals, then you actually get passes for the entire week. So that's the big draw. That's why most women compete.
That's cool. Yeah. I didn't know all of that. So what do you, I guess you kind of answered that question. What are you expecting to get out of this? Since you've won, what else does that encompass?
Absolutely. So just as a general rundown of kind of what the prize is or the draw for competing in general, I think what most people think of is the actual photo shoot. Right? Yeah. You get the opportunity to be the poster model for the year, not just on the poster, but also on all the marketing materials, the social media. I've had the opportunity to do some really cool ads for other things within the Buffalo Chip. And so that's kind of the big draw, is that your face is on a lot of things, right?
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
And I haven't really considered myself a model, so that was an awesome opportunity. And I'm very thankful the photographer and the whole team did an amazing job putting that together. So that's kind of the big draw, is that you do get a modeling contract from that. But the rest of it is what I was really excited about. So there was a cash prize. I know everybody knows about that as well. And that's going a lot of it towards a motorcycle fund for me. I know we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the opportunity for me is that I love speaking. I love working with the community. I've done quite a bit of media work. I've done some ads, and
cool.
The opportunity to go out and be almost the brand representative for the Buffalo Chip. That's what I was excited about, and that's what I'm having so much fun doing, getting to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Going to the bike nights, going to the Battle of the Bands, and just meeting people, and it's been so much fun so far. So there's plenty of things that you get out of it, and it kind of depends on what you're looking for. For me, I was looking for speaking opportunities, for new career opportunities, and I've certainly gotten all of that so far.
Yeah, and you got your name and your face out there in the public.
Exactly. If you don't like my face, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
It's unavoidable.
You're beautiful.
At least around the Buffalo Chip.
So any future endeavors that you think you might take off, like you said, maybe modeling or acting, anything like that you're interested in?
Yeah, potentially. I think that I have seen what this opportunity has done for other girls who've had this position in the past. And it's obvious that they've been able to use it as a launch pad for whatever they're interested in, whether that's modeling. And like I said, I haven't really considered myself a model in the past. I've done a little bit, but whether it's content creation, I've done a lot of paid content creation and working with brands. I hope to do a lot more of that. Cool. But I'm just open to the opportunity. I love being an MC. I love public speaking. And so when those opportunities come, then hopefully I'll be ready for them.
All righty, that's cool. So speaking of motorcycle, you said you might do a motorcycle fund. So obviously you don't ride yet, or do you ride and you just want a new motorcycle?
So I'm just barely starting to ride. I passed my motorcycle class and got my endorsement a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
So it's brand new. And I recommend if you are considering learning to ride, go take the class.
Yes.
It was just 2 days. It was over at the Harley-Davidson dealership. It was, I wouldn't say it was easy because it's never easy learning a new skill. Your brain has to learn how to make your hands work the same time that your brain does. And so for me, it was really difficult. I did make it through the class the second time, okay? So if you don't make it through the first time, do it again. They're really nice and they'll be kind to you if you're anything like me. So I got the endorsement, so now I just need a motorcycle. Okay. So I've been, backpacking with friends, but it'll be really meaningful for me to actually have my own. So I am in the process of bike shopping at the moment. I probably won't end up with anything until after the rally. Okay. But I'll have time to ride in the next 4 days before then anyway.
Not really.
So I'm in the market for a bike, absolutely.
All right, that's cool. Well, the Harley-Davidson dealership's given some good deals away, so.
That's why I'm not allowed over there, because I'll say, well, this is a great deal, and I'll end up spending a ton of money. So I got to stay within my budget, and I'm not allowed at the dealership until after the rally.
Do you know what you're looking at, or you just don't know yet? You have no idea?
I have gone to dealerships around the state. I've sat on a whole bunch of different kinds of bikes. I have a general idea of what I like. The biggest thing for me is that I wanted to be excited about riding something. And so for me, that means that it can't be too big, it can't be too heavy. I want to be able to actually maneuver it myself. And I'm strong, but I'm not that big. And so, I don't want a 700-pound bike for my first bike. I need something that I could actually pick up myself, maneuver myself. So I've looked at a few different bikes. Obviously, Harley would be ideal. Yeah. I just got to find one that's the right fit. So if anybody is looking to sell me the perfect bike, let me know. Everybody here has an extra bike in their garage somewhere, so I'm just looking for the right bike in the right garage. That's
my favorite bike was always my Fat Boy Low.
Oh,
I just felt the most comfortable on it. You're a little taller than me, so I don't know. Bob always couldn't ride that bike because he had too long of the legs. Yeah, but a Sportster's a nice bike to start on too, because it's a lot more easier to handle.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. So certainly open to it, but I'm trying all sorts of them.
Alrighty, that sounds good. So before this, what did you do before you became the poster model? What is your background?
What a great question. I have done so many things, and I think that's just my ADHD shining through, because if I think that something would be fun and I might be good at it, or it's a skill I'd like to pick up, I have a really hard time saying no. So in the last few years, I've done all sorts of stuff. I am still a bartender down at the Gold Pan Saloon in Custer, occasionally at Joe's Place in Rapid City. But outside of that, I've mainly been a content creator. So brands will send me products in the mail, and then I make videos that they can use for paid promotion on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Cool. So I don't have enough followers to really be a true influencer, but I am in over 500 ads. So there's a lot of them out there. So if you see my face on
you might look a little
media,
familiar, huh?
I might look a little bit familiar, although I'm recently blonde, so I'd be brunette. This would have been a little bit past. My dog is actually in a whole bunch of ads too, so he does pay his own way most of the time. Yeah, he's really cute. And then besides that, I've done a lot of work in sales and media work. I was the in-game host for the Rapid City Rush for a little bit for the hockey team here. All right. So anything where I'm out in front of people talking and yapping is how I like to say that. That's kind of for me.
All righty.
Yeah.
So you kind of touched on this a little bit. Where are you originally from?
So I'm from Denver originally, and I moved out to South Dakota about 3 years ago. And my family had rental properties here growing up, and we had relatives up here growing up. So I've been coming up to the Black Hills, specifically Rapid City and Custer, since I was a little kid. And my parents retired here about 10 years ago, and then I kind of followed suit about 3 years ago. I'm not retired. I act like it sometimes, but I'm not retired yet. My parents are. Yeah.
All righty, that sounds good. You want to follow in their footsteps eventually, right?
If I could retire as soon as possible. That'd be ideal.
We highly recommend it.
Oh, exactly. It sounds great, yeah.
Okay, so people are probably wondering, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 33 full years old.
That's cool. So what does your perfect guy look like? What would you envision as a perfect guy?
Well, I'll let you know when I find him.
There's probably not such a thing. It's just like there's not a perfect woman.
There probably isn't. No. I don't think there's a perfect guy or a perfect woman. I will say that typically the characteristics that I would be looking for in a partner, first and foremost, somebody who's kind. I think that's always a big one. Somebody who doesn't sweat the little things. I can't stand a guy that just freaks out over everything. So those are kind of the two big ones. Funny is great. Thinking I'm funny is even better. That's actually way more important to me. And then when it comes to looks, if I look back at the last few guys that I've dated, they do not have a ton of similarities at all over the place, height-wise, ethnicity. I mean, it really just depends on your personality. What I will say though is that the perfect guy is somebody who actually gets to know me as a friend first, and then when they actually figure out who I am as a person, then decides that they're actually interested in me, because otherwise it just doesn't feel like a fit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We were friends before we dated, so that's, I think, how we've been together 48 years. So
yeah, I love that.
So right now, I'm assuming you're single then?
I am.
Okay.
I am single, yes.
There you go. What is your favorite color?
I like a light blue, like a twisted tea blue. You hear me saying that? Yeah, light blue is my favorite, I would say. I also like a nice emerald green. I wear a lot of bright red though. I almost always have some sort of red accent, whether it's boots or jewelry, or I always have something bright red typically.
Okay, that's good. And what's your favorite food?
Oh man, you know what? I love good sushi. I have found a couple of decent places around here. I will say that we are nowhere near the ocean here in South Dakota, so good seafood is amazing. Every time I visit somewhere near the coast, I get so excited about that. What I actually eat the most often though is so silly because I'm a bartender, right? So I almost always just eat at the bar. So it's like beef jerky and an energy drink. That's like bartender dinner, and that's what I always end up eating. So not my favorite, but what I end up eating probably the most often.
Alrighty, and your favorite drink?
Twisted tea, 100%. Is my sponsorship. I do love a good twisted tea. I was actually making really good twisted tea whiskey shots the other day.
Oh, okay.
Here's your shot recipe. Go try it and then tell me how good it is because it sounds insane. So it's, are you familiar with the pickled lemonade from Sonic?
Yes.
Have you had that? Okay. So it's kind of like that. So you take twisted tea whiskey, which is like sweet tea whiskey, and then you take sweet and sour, splash of sweet and sour, and then a splash of pickle juice. You mix it together. It's called a twisted pickle shot. Go try it.
All right.
I promise it'll blow your mind. It's like a sweet dill pickle and it's delicious. So that's my twisted tea recommendation for the day.
There you go. That's often. We'll have to try that.
Absolutely.
What are some of your hobbies? Or what do you like to do in your off time, downtime?
Oh yeah, off time and downtime.
Like you have any of that right now.
Right. After the rally, I'll be able to give you a much better answer. Well, I have been getting out in the hills as much as I can with my friends, whether that's on the back of their bike or out paddleboarding, spending time at the lake. Obviously, if you live in the Black Hills, chances are you're here for the outdoors, so that's a large part of it. I spend a lot of time with my dog. Every role that I have, for the most part, is very public facing, right? You're talking to people bartending, which I love. I'm a very, very social person, but by the time I get done for the day, typically my battery is just drained. So I do enjoy spending time alone with the dog. We watch more TV than we probably should, but I am kind of a homebody outside of work, funny enough.
Okay. So I'm a dog person, so I have to ask, what's your dog's name and what kind of dog is he?
If he wasn't being so naughty and muddy today, I would have brought him down. His name is Whiskey, and he's an Australian Shepherd, and he's very cute. He's a blue merle. So if you ever check out my social media, then he is all over it. I got to get him a cute little biker outfit.
Oh yeah.
Now, he's got a cute cowboy outfit. He doesn't have a biker one, so we got to complete the closet, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. And how old is he?
He's 2. He's close to 2.5 now, yeah.
All right, so he's out of the puppy stage and maybe a little more.
He's always gonna be a puppy, but I've been very blessed. He's pretty mellow for an Australian Shepherd, so he goes and he gets his runarounds out with his friends at the dog park, and then he'll come in and just sleep and be a little cuddly baby with me. So he's a puppy in a fun way. He's very sassy. Australian Shepherds are very smart. Sometimes they use their powers for evil instead of good, but for the most part, Whiskey's a really good boy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All righty. So where are some of your favorite places to go? Like if you travel or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't gotten the opportunity to do a ton of traveling within the last couple of years. I did go work on a movie set down in New Orleans. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed most of my time there. I spent the whole time looking for gators. Barely found any. I had to go on a whole swamp tour just to find them. So I did have an eye out for that. Anywhere on the coast, just because I've lived in mountainy states for a long time. I lived in Jackson Hole for a little bit. I love Jackson. Probably the most beautiful place I've ever been. I would move there again in a heartbeat, given the opportunity. But then anytime I actually get to go to a beach, I'm just blown away. Yeah. So I love San Diego. I love kind of that part, but also the Pacific Northwest. So like up near Seattle, the coast there. The combination of mountains and forests and oceans is just gorgeous. So I just want to go everywhere, really.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So what is your ultimate place that you'd like to go that you've never been?
Great
like
question.
If somebody said, we'll give you a trip and you can go anywhere you want.
Oh man, that's a hard one. I would probably say Australia to start off with. Like I said, I haven't gotten to spend that much time on beaches, and Australia's got some gorgeous beaches. I've heard they've got some gorgeous men too. I've heard. I can't say
Or
the
the accent,
personalities.
even just the accent.
I do love a good accent. But most accents in general, I think I just like things that are different from me.
Yep.
You know, so most accents, I like a Southern accent, right? I like a East Coast accent. I like
Boston.
all of it. Absolutely. Even that up north, the O's and the A's up in Minnesota, I even like a little of that. So that hockey accent too.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny. So yeah, a little of everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we want to thank you for your time and getting to know you a little bit better and your audience. And what is you said you have is it an Instagram account? What is that?
I do. Instagram is typically the easiest place to find me.
Okay.
And my Instagram handle, you can look up Denaye Osted. My name is all over the buffalo chip, so I'm pretty easy to find. But my Instagram handle is Denayzing, like amazing, but Denayzing, DENAYZING. That's the easiest place to find me. I'm also on Facebook, but I've been overwhelmed by friend requests, so nobody's getting in until I figure out how to deal with all of that. Exactly. So Instagram is the easiest place to find me. Although I will say that if you find me in person at the Buffalo Chip, I will go friend you myself. We can be buddies after that. I'll have plenty of posters to sign. I will be all over the place. So if I'm out and about, please come say hi and introduce yourself. I'm happy to make some new friends. When I'm actually at the Buffalo Chip, I have not received my full schedule yet. However, I know that every single day I have different activities that I'll be at. So there are days where I'll be at the Buffalo Chip Garage, which is brand new and gorgeous. Stop in there. I will be at the Big Engine Bar sometimes. I'll be at the Bikini Beach sometimes. And then I will be at every single night of music. So if you're there at all, I will be posting on my Instagram every day about where I'm at, where you can come find me. However, I am also bartending down in Custer for the next few days. So if you want a poster without the crowds, come see me. That's sometimes the easiest way to do that. But I will be everywhere at the Buffalo Chip. I'll be unavoidable.
Okay.
Yes.
So what bar in Custer?
The Gold Pan Saloon.
Gold Pan
Saloon.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, appreciate your time and thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All righty.
You know, she's really special. You know, out of all the years we've been here, you know, I think overall she's the best all-around great candidate here for the Buffalo Chip. You know, she's so nice. She's really, well, she's very pretty too. And, you know, just a really nice girl that, you know, I just can't say enough about her. And I even gave her a lot of compliments when we talked to her because, you know, we've dealt with a lot of these girls over the last 6 years. And this one here just seems like she's so easy to get to, talk to. She always gives you your time. And I've seen her talk to all of you and stuff. And I just can't say enough about her.
Yep, she's a great person. She's got a big heart. And she was just the perfect poster girl for this year's Buffalo Chip. So I really enjoyed my time with her. And I hope you guys got a lot of information from her and you enjoyed the interview as well. Don't forget to support our sponsors. They're the ones that get us out here to get you all this great information. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications and we'll see you on the next video.
Hey, and don't forget, she's giving out signed posters. So, hey, check her out at all the locations she's going to be at.
Yep, she'll even be up here at the Big Engine Bar, so that's free to get in if you're not staying here at the Chip.
Yep, she's also going to be out there at the Legends Ride.
That's right.
So, hey, check her out, find her out, and say, hey, I seen you on Bob and Tam.
That's right. She's been all over, so she's a great girl.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.